Hello and welcome back once again to the Snapshot VRML preseason week 5. I am Shiva and joined with me is Tickle-meElmo.
Howdy, folks.
And we are about to witness Serial Chillers versus Blaze. We've got everybody in the pits, everybody ready to go, so let's go ahead and check in, see if we can get this game going.
Absolutely. Give me just another second here. Alrighty, folks. We are live. Let me go ahead and see those guns in the air, and we'll get this game started right away. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guns. I love it. Let's get it on.
Get it on.
Good luck.
Let's move back to the field here, watch everybody get set up. Let's see everybody get set up in their dedicated positions, okay.
Naoko looking like he's on that D side. That D side was working out really well for the Phantoms. Ooh, but
Straight off the
Naoko
break.
just slow off the break there. Didn't even tuck behind a bunker at all.
Ooh, Aiden had that gap, but he missed the bump by Cryocell. Let's see if Chill can match. Oh, taken out by Zero. Oh, and Zero. Taking out Aiden as well. Aiden tried to creep around. It was just a little bit too late.
Zero just coming through and putting it on him. Looks like he shot him maybe in the ankle, but Aiden plays so low to the ground, it's always a little hard to tell.
Yeah, it's definitely a strategy. Back in the old days when it was just rails and puppet, when I would be in a bunker, I would snap high and then get low and snap low because people wouldn't be expecting it. It's a little bit different these days now. Oh, and two players taken out on Serial Chillers.
The Chillers are having a heck of a time here. Aiden playing super tight to his bunker.
Now one-on-one, Aiden securing the 3-pack. The point for Serial Chillers.
His team out of the hole single-handedly.
Oh man, that gave me a flashback to one of my 3-man tournaments. First point, both my teammates taken out. I have to pick up the slack and take everybody out. I feel you, Aiden. I feel you.
Well, and Aiden's a relatively new pickup for the Serial Chillers, so definitely coming out here to prove his worth for him.
For sure. He's got that lane. Oh, but misses. Cryo still trying to get into that snake again. Oh, but Serial Chill switch beats him there. Oh, but gets taken out by Zero. Had his head sticking up just a little bit too much.
You know, I've seen Naoko come out to this D side trying to get behind the barrel, and I can't tell if he's just delayed a quarter second or quite what's going on there, but he's taken just an extra half second to get out behind that barrel, and I think it's costing him. We see there the Blaze team just double stacked, pushing down the snake right on top of each other.
That was pretty risky. Aiden could have gotten both of them.
Very risky, but they were able to secure the trade and the point with it. Snapshot is a one-shot, one-kill game. Doesn't matter where it is, anywhere on your body, anywhere on your marker, and you are out.
And Crasso getting taken out, trying to get into that snake. Oh, but Naoko taking 2 out of that Maya, and the third. That's the 3-pack for Naoko.
I think there was
Actually,
one
no,
kill
Zero
back
did.
on the tower there, but
Yep,
yeah,
I see it
very
there.
strong showing from Blaze and very strong showing from Naoko, able to push up that D side. He might have heard me in the wings there. I didn't see him hesitate behind that can at all.
Yeah, he definitely just flew there that time. Okay, he's staying back there in paint.
And now he's doing it again, where he's doing this little jiggle peek. But it's working for him. It's coming up the middle. He completely abandons the D side to come past the wing. Gets chopped up for it. And Aiden, last man alive on the Serial Chillers, duking it out with Zero over there in the snake. Both players advancing down the field.
Both trying to contain each other. Let's see who makes it past. And Aiden does. Zero's on the defense.
Zero stands super low there. Very risky because it slows you down, especially when you're wide in the open.
Oh, and Aiden snaps into some paint.
Well, that goes back to the importance. We covered it last game. You know, you do have to keep your gun rolling. Otherwise, people will just step out and have free reign, basically. So props to Zero there for actually securing that kill and securing the point. Blaze going up 4-1 now.
Let's watch Serial Chillers break out here. See if they can change anything up. Staying consistent, conservative break, trying to get a kill off the break, but it's also conservative on... Oh, and Naoko gets taken out trying to go up the middle. He changed up his strategy and it didn't work. I wonder what prompted that.
I
Now
don't know.
Zero taken
Naoko's
out.
making some interesting decisions on that D side. He was out wide already and gave it up twice now.
Might
I
have been
guess
going
that's
for
got
the
to be their
kill.
strategy. Yeah, very, very odd. Taking a look at the kill streaks and the kill count real quick, it really does look like Zero is putting on a dominating performance. He was 5-1 before the start of that last point. Now he's 5-2.
And Malco's 7-5.
I mean, he's getting some kills, but he's dying along the way. You know,
Yeah.
ideally, you'd like to see him secure some kills and stay alive. Naoko up to the 50 in that giant wing.
Having his back players die behind him, too. He's got to be careful here. Oh, and gets taken out by Greenhouse going wide. Serial Chiller's looking strong in a 3v1.
Blaze
Zero
very
trying to
much
stay
so
alive.
at risk of giving up the lead soon here. Serial Chiller's definitely fighting to make this a winnable map. It's 4-3 now. This is probably one of the closest games we've seen.
Blaze
back
needs
and forth,
to
back and forth.
Blaze needs to stick to their strategy of sticking Nyoko in the Dorito side. They've already got someone that can go up the middle. He doesn't need to be there.
Those previous 2 points just back to back right now. He's come up the middle and it's cost him. You know,
There
you
he
can't
goes.
give up half the field like that. I don't know why he's doing that. I
He
would
wants to
really
kill.
like to see. Well, but I mean, just run
It's
an
a trade.
unchecked.
Now 1v1.
I guess it works, but
Not if it costs your team the point.
well, and it has now twice.
Aiden now in a snap battle with Cryocell.
But I don't know if he needs to realize that.
And he gets the
or-
point, ties it
There you
4-4.
go. Aiden coming in clutch for Serial Chillers. What a pickup for them.
Is that or
I mean, I hate to criticize one player too much, but somebody needs to let him know that he's got to stay out there wide on the D side. You know, you don't fight to give up that territory so easily and then come back in the middle.
Yeah, he is the team captain, so it's going to be hard unless they've got that relationship where they can
securing
talk
the
it
first
up.
Kill. Serial Chillers
Serial Chillers bringing
coming
it out.
back from a 4-1 deficit to win map 1.
Amazing.
5-4.
Let's get a look at these scores here.
I mean, Aiden, the story is not all in the numbers. Aiden showing up 7-5 on the scoreboard, but my lord, I mean, when it came down to it, 2 points were absolutely critical for the Serial Chillers to win that game, and Aiden pulled it off for them.
Absolutely. These numbers mean nothing without context. And even though we see some high numbers on Blaze, it cost them trying to go for those kills instead of going for the win.
Well, and you see, Zero was up at one point, 5-1, and then I'm not sure what happened, but I don't know if he just wasn't connecting with some of his shots off break anymore, or if they changed their plan up, and that's why Naoko was coming back to the middle. But going from 5-1 to 5-5 has got to be a little bit disheartening there.
Absolutely. It could have been their strategy from the beginning, too, but they were just winning too quickly for Naoko to get to the Doritos and then cut back into the center. Because I do understand, like, once you get to a certain point, you don't have to be as wide in 3-man, but it's still, that's valuable territory. Like, you don't always have to cut back into the middle, especially into a giant wing, a stand-up bunker that is a lot harder to play than those angled Doritos. They give you so much more cover.
If you go back and look at the gap between that can and that center wing, it's got to be, I mean, it feels like 15 feet. It is massive.
It's a
So to
lot
come
of
back in from
space to
that,
get shot.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's why this is a game, and that's why this is a tournament. We're here to figure out which team's the best, and you know, it looks like Serial Chillers able to secure map 1, put themselves in a very strong position to prove that they are, in fact, the better team out here. Much more controlled, much more disciplined from them.
But that is only match 1. Let's get it going to match 2. The second map, the MPPL. Get the name of the map here. One moment.
This is the 2020 MPPL Event 1. Looks like there's a couple of revisions tagged on the end. Yeah,
that's what always throws me off. Yeah.
I might have made this map back when I was still making maps.
Messing around with that 2DP. Yeah.
Yep, that might have been my fault. Let me go ahead and load up this next map, check in with the players in the pits, and we will go ahead and get started on map 2 here, the MPPL 2020 event number 1.
Yeah, again, this was one of my favorite layouts in the Steam Open. And just before that, that's why it was picked. It was one of the Snapshot favorites because this tournament series it had a lot of great and interesting, unique map design, or field design, I should say. These 4 wings, they create a lot of opportunity to make things happen in the middle, but it's still open enough to have some good cross shots. They're harder to achieve, but they're definitely there. We're not going to see a lot of the cross play in 3-man, but we definitely saw a lot of it in the 5-man. We probably won't see a lot of snake play here either, just because it's so much easier to get up to this wing. Now, we were criticizing someone last match for trying to go up the middle, but this one's a little bit of a different story. You have a lot more cover. There's a clear path to this middle, and as long as you can stay here and keep someone out of the snake, you will have free reign to shoot up the rest of the field. So we probably, again, will not see a lot of snake play here, but we've been surprised before. Not to knock this snake either. If you can get here, you can definitely lock things down and survive.
You definitely do a lot of damage, but you gotta get there, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, and that is the rub, yeah. Are you going to get there? That's the thing. Because if someone's in this wing, good luck. Or even that Maya. There's so many bunkers that can shoot this S1 lane, and then the S1 to S2 gap. It's gonna be hard. In 3-man, no, it's possible
for sure. Absolutely. I was just checking in with the pits, and as I jumped in there, Naoko was talking about, I came back into the center. So I think he knows what he did, and then they were also praising Aiden for his performance.
You got to give it to him.
I asked him if they wanted to sub anybody, and they were like, "Well, we'd like the serial chillers to sub Aiden." So unfortunately,
they'd be swapping for Whiplash, and he can hold his own as well.
Either. Yeah, absolutely. So with your permission, sir, I'll go ahead and get back in there, and they said they were ready to go. So.
All right, let's get it on.
Alrighty, let me check in with them one more time here real quick, and we'll go ahead and get it started. Gents, let me see those guns in the air, and we'll go ahead and go. Hey, there it is.
Looks like we're good.
Excellent. Good luck. Have fun, everybody.
All right, I'm interested to see if they have a similar strategy to what they did in the Steam Open. It's already looking like it for the serial chillers, that is.
Yeah, we've got, and I kind of fail to mention that every time, but then I saw Naoko's gun, and he's got that bronze gun from his 3rd place finish in Steam VR Open there.
Ooh, and now takes out his mirror, or his tape.
And Naoko learning his lesson and staying on the outside this round, able to run down and get that 3-pack. Good show, sir. Good show.
That's right. Keep your back to something.
Take that feedback and definitely develop it. And part of that is just intuition and experience, and part of it is just how the game plan shapes up. But I'm glad to see him. Naoko swapping over to the D side now.
Oh, he wants to try it all out. Let's see. Oh, but they lose 1. They lose 2. That's Naoko getting taken out. Now Zero caught in the middle.
It looks like Naoko and Zero kind of got twisted around as to who was to do what when they got up there to that left wing.
Yeah, they definitely had some miscommunication there, some crossed lines.
And the serial chiller's not giving them any slack at all. If you make a mistake, they're going to punish you for it.
Absolutely. Let's see. Yeah, now so Nako's back on the snake side.
It looks like he just likes to go left, maybe.
Possibly, although it looks like he's shooting out of his right hand.
We saw that last match with another player.
Oh, gets the trade. It's 1v1.
Don't recommend it.
Oh, and Chill Switch with that golden gun, getting the last kill. Now up 2-1.
If I'm not mistaken, he won that golden gun with you, isn't that right?
That he did.
Yeah, we've got some real powerhouse players on these two teams. Aiden and Chill Switch and Grihas. I think
all tournament winners.
Chill Switch and Grihas were both gold gun winners. And then Aiden was a
Aiden
strong
won
contender in
the
that.
well, Aiden won the golden stock in the Viveport Open.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But now Naoko just flying up the field. Oh, gets the trade. Now it's a 1v2.
That was dangerous. I don't know if I like that move. It worked out for him, but
It did secure the point. I mean, trades are great when it has a purpose.
when you're up bodies.
And that too, yeah. Like he did his job there. They were up a body. He went. He traded, turned it into a 2v1 so that his teammates could easily dispatch the one player left or pinch them
The
out.
chat kind of agreeing with us. Yeah, that Naoko should probably pick a side and stick to it.
He's on the D side now and gets taken out.
And going to the right that time.
Yeah. So I don't know if he's just not used to playing that side or isn't sure what to do. He's definitely flourishing on that snake side. Now it's a 3v1. Oh, but Aiden gets taken out with a snapshot there. Great shot by Zero.
One in on him.
Oh,
It's getting
but
small, but not small enough.
couldn't hold that wide pinch that they had. They were the greenhouse was in the 50 snake or the 50 Dorito. Shield was about to be in that snake too. That's hard to find out.
Showing that experience and playing this game and knowing how to get out wide and then just pinch him, giving him not an inch to move.
And pull up the overlay here. Let's see the score.
Naoko dying off the D side. It looks like Naoko has really transitioned to the D side here, and Blaze stuck behind the same bunker with two players again.
Doubling up that Aztec.
I mean, I hate to be too critical of individual players or teams, but definitely some interesting decisions from Blaze on this particular map. I'm not sure that they're what I would have done, but
well, we're seeing a real juxtaposition with the kind of chaos on Blaze versus the controlled, and you can see the plan behind Chill Switch's or the Serial Chillers team. They have their dedicated spots and they stick to it, and it's been working. Except for now, I must have cursed them because they just lost two of their players.
The commentator's curse, and it comes down to a one-on-one. Zero and Aiden again. Zero in the snake.
They have been battling it out. Oh, and Aiden securing it, and match two.
Able to just sneak a shot on him. I don't know if you can get an angle tight in on that, but that is a tight shot right behind that tall cake in the snake one, and Aiden saw maybe an inch or two of him and just dropped that ball in on him perfectly.
That's all you gotta see.
Well, you know, as we say, paintball is a game of inches. Snapshot is a game of millimeters. It is that tight sometimes.
I know, that was an amazing match. All right, so that was 5-4 and now 5-2. We'll move on to map 3 here.
Picking up steam here, coming into map 2, and Grihas with the hard carry that map. 11 kills, just an absolute dominating performance. Aiden obviously pulling out a couple of clutch ones again. Chill Switch locking down his side. I mean,
doing his job.
Not being a slouch. Yeah, doing his job, but maybe that's why Naoko was swapping over. Maybe Chill Switch wasn't giving him any room to live or
putting
any
too
room
much
to
pressure on it.
there.
I can definitely see that happening. That was his job in the Steam Open, was to lock down that snake side, and you can tell. I mean, it doesn't show in the numbers, but it shows in the bottom numbers, in the game performance, in that 5-2.
Absolutely. So I mean, maybe we're criticizing Blaze too much. Maybe they were reacting to the situation developing at hand, and this game will make you do that. You got to think on your feet and react and read to your opponent's plan and adapt. And maybe that was the situation more so than Naoko trying to swap sides there.
Absolutely, because no plan survives contact with the enemy.
Of course. Let me hop into the pits real quick, get everything swapped over to this next map, and check in with the teams, and we'll get it started right after that. Give me just a minute here, okay?
All right, sounds good. Yeah, that was a great performance by Serial Chillers. You can definitely see the paintball experience because this is a map they've played before in a competitive setting. And, well, Blaze did as well, but you can tell that they just had a rock-solid plan and they executed it. It's even though 3-man isn't as hectic, it's harder to have jobs specified, but they are still there. And it's important to have those dedicated positions, those roles, those jobs that you fulfill. Because you could see, I could tell it. Chill Switch was definitely locking down that snake side, and I do concur that Blaze was trying to react and make something happen because they just could not get into that snake. They did the first round, but then after that, when the serial chillers started locking it down and they couldn't get back in, they tried to adapt, and unfortunately, it just did not work out for them that time. We'll see if they can come back, put some points on the board here in map 3, which we should be getting going here in just a little bit. Check. So this is the MPPL event number 3, which should have been played in real life about 3 months ago, I believe. Very interesting layout. I love this. It's almost like reminiscent of the giant wall that went away in 2017, I believe. The NXL changed their bunker set to bring back these, or not to bring back, but to introduce these bricks and these wings so that they could have a little bit more variation in their field design, which we've definitely seen a lot of unique and interesting layouts come out of that. But I am reminiscent of that giant wall in the middle. It was something that I liked to play a lot. You definitely saw a lot of a lot of crazy plays when people would double it up, when they would just run through. Definitely saw some accidents happen, and that's probably why the NXL took it away. But I believe it was an improvement. We've got a lot of cool fields that have come out of it, and this is definitely
absolutely. The 2020 map that we're playing on right now, obviously it's not a true center wall there. I wasn't sure if you were saying that it should have been, but
no, I was just saying it reminds me of it, and
oh, absolutely, the armpits,
nostalgic.
And, yeah, absolutely, and you can see they're kind of maybe a little too close there. The bunkers kind of clipping into each other, and you know, I mean, it is what it is. What are you gonna do, right? But so I was actually checking in real quick with Naoko, and I asked him specifically about his performance on that map and how he kind of crushed it on the snake side, and if that was actually a read or react. And his response kind of threw me off guard. He basically said, "No, we don't have any plan. We come out here for about 5 minutes beforehand, before we play any individual match, and we do it live." So
Epic, we'll do it live. All right.
I guess so, and I think our earlier analysis was a little bit more accurate than perhaps. You know, the team that's a little more prepared and a little more analytical in their approach will definitely be able to lock down a field and secure the victory. So,
absolutely. You have to remember your 5 Ps.
Let me go ahead and check in with the pits one more time, and assuming they're good to go, we'll go ahead and get it started.
Sounds good. Let's bring the camera in here. See if everybody's
Guys, let me
ready.
see those guns in the air. Well, you don't. Yeah, there you go. You have to actually pick up your gun there. Yep. Beautiful. All righty. I love it. All right, here we go, guys. Good luck.
All right, let's get it on.
Ooh, sorry.
So
glad to get out of the chaos of the pits there.
Absolutely. That's why I just left the channel altogether. All right, so... Wow, no one taken out. Oh, but Zero taken out by Grihas in this D corner.
Grihas able to get out wide. That's going to really make life difficult for Naoko and Cryocell. Just Grihas being alive is going to put a lot of pressure on them, especially when they're up in those 50 bunkers.
Yeah, both teams had good pushes, but they let Grihas get even farther on this D. This D side is very dangerous, and you can tell they got distracted and then just lost their gunfights.
Well, I mean, it's basic theory for paintball, so it's kind of secondhand nature for a lot of people. But get to the outside, and you can really control the field on probably 90% of the fields out there for tournament-style layouts.
And down to a 1v1. Oh, and Zero taking out Chill.
Zero being the last man alive quite a bit, and the experience shows there. Able to survive that one-on-one and kill Chill as he moves across the field into the snake corner there.
Chill was a little reckless right there. He probably, I mean, he knew he was at that wing. There's a lot of places to snap out of, and when you're stuck behind a can,
It's a dangerous place to be, unfortunately.
Krauso getting taken out by Aiden.
Naoko getting laid out, and the serial chillers find themselves in the 3-on-1, but losing a body there.
Now 2v1.
Looks like Grihas may be dying. Yep, and Aiden coming around the 50 here.
Now Zero trapped in that Snake 1. Oh, barely tip of his head getting taken out by Aiden there. Probably just dropped the ball in on him.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the kill shot there, it's definitely through the bunker. So yeah, dropped the ball in on him there. Chill Switch was not going to give him an easy time though. If that was real life, he'd be wearing it a little bit, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
Aiden with that strong lane on the D side, and Blaze not even trying to challenge it. That's a really good hold there. Was able to let Grihas get out wide, but then Grihas kind of swanders it, unfortunately. It looks like he was able to get one kill, maybe, but then he died out of his bunker.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of the teamwork between Aiden and Chill. They're both able to just pinch out the last person every single time. You can tell they're rolling their guns. They're communicating to each other. Okay, he's here. I'll get this. You get that. That's just from experience with the game.
Grihas really on the ball here with the aggression. Aiden and Chill just able to lock down the field for him, but it looks like nobody's really looking the D side. If Cryo wanted to get out wide, and Aiden swaps back over
Naoko's
there.
got the spot. Okay, so Naoko flying down. He gets 2 kills. Can he get the third?
Here it comes.
Oh no! Oh, I misspoke. He only got 1. Must have looked at the wrong kills.
Able to pick him up from that 50 D side, and it really shows how much you do really have to lock down one or both sides of the field in order to be successful on some of these layouts. These are traditional paintball tournament layouts, and sometimes you just have to flood a lane with paint, deny it.
Area of denial. Oh, getting taken out off the break. Now down 2 bodies.
On the run there, Gree able to secure the kill, and it looks like
Zero gets a kill.
The other one.
Oh, but Grihas made it all the way to their Dorito 1.
And Gree celebrating over there in the corner with a happy little dance. And I think he should be happy with that performance.
Let's look at these scores. Yeah. 2-3 Chill doing his job again. Aiden was 6-1.
The level of preparedness showing from the serial chillers and the level of composure that they were able to maintain. You know, it's really difficult when you start dropping points and dropping maps to maintain any sort of momentum, and you kind of see Blaze there really struggling to put some numbers up on the board, unfortunately.
Yeah, that looks like they're dropping out. Still a great showing by both teams. But Serial Chillers just pulling out this victory, and I believe that is against the crowd favorite. Yeah, that was. Honestly, I thought Blaze had that first map in the bag when it was 4-1.
Right. Yeah, if you go up 4-1 and you let your opponents kind of come back into the game and turn it back around on you in this 1-to-5 format, I mean, you really have to kind of evaluate what's going on at that point. Hopefully you can change your game plan and kind of redesign around that. You definitely see where the serial chillers were able to really kind of benefit from their experience and their patience. You know, and this is a tournament. This is a weekly league that is kind of laying it all out there for us. So, you know, you got to be able to maintain that level of focus all season long.
Absolutely. But yeah, I believe it all comes down to preparation and teamwork. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't matter how well an individual plays, what their individual skill level may be, because if you just go out there and just play individual paintball, your team is not going to win.
Absolutely. You know, and that's why we were complimenting Chill Switch so much on some of those. You know, it's not necessarily his job to go out and get kills every single point, but just territory denial. If you take the field and don't let your opponent move into that space that you've taken, you know, whether it's physical presence or whether it's, you know, laning, you know, it really limits their options and makes it really difficult for them.
Absolutely, and that's not just a common theme within paintball or Snapshot. That's a common theme within any shooting game out there. It's you control the territory and by any means necessary. You just have
Absolutely.
you have a better tool in Snapshot to control that territory because you can just hold an area with 600 rounds within a map or a round that lasts at most 1 minute. Have we seen any round go beyond 1 minute at this point?
You know, I don't have specific numbers in front of me, but it certainly sounds right. This is Snapshot is paintball, tournament paintball on steroids. I mean, everything is so much faster, so much crisper. You know, you don't have to wait for 2 or 3 minutes in between each point. Everything just immediately turns around, immediately reloads. It's really the distilled essence of tournament paintball and airball, and really an amazing video game in general.
Yeah, there's definitely nothing else like it out there. And if you're just tuning in, you haven't tried it, you think you might want to try it, it is on sale on Steam. It's $20. But there is a free way to try this game as well. It was initially on Viveport, and there is a free trial of Viveport Infinity. So you can get the trial for 2 weeks, and then you have access to Snapshot.
Big shout out to Vive. They actually sponsored the game and helped it actually come to fruition. So definitely a lot of love from them. I actually play on a Vive. It's perfectly adequate HMD. I know there's a lot of new ones coming out, but it's a great way to get kind of entry-level VR, get up and going, and tried and true and reliable.
Absolutely. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and call it there. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and we will catch you next time.
Absolutely. Hopefully you'll tune in for Shiva and I playing, I think, tomorrow night at 6 Central. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Excellent. Yeah. So Jesse should be casting that game, so definitely check us out, and hopefully we'll prove that we know what we're talking about on the field.
I would hope so. All right. Good night, everybody.